Thank you, Ted and Vanessa. Ted is the chair of the Operators Committee. Everybody may not know that Vanessa is also the Ctwea director for Ctwea, and she does tons of things, so thank you, Vanessa, for all that you do. Ted didn't bother to ask me my favorite movie and my favorite band like he did everybody else, so I'm just going to tell you guys. Favorite band is Weezer, favorite movie is Goodfellas, and I also enjoy long walks on the beach and romantic dinners, so I'm just a regular guy, okay? It's not just wastewater, I'm just a regular guy, okay? Anyway, I just wanted to say welcome back. The Managers Forum has been an amazing event for years and years. You all, I'm sure, remember it fondly at the MDC, and I know as an operator coming up before I became a supervisor, that it was one of those events that I always felt so privileged that my boss would let me go to. It was awesome mingling with other operators, managers, and always great presenters, but it was also that opportunity to network that I really enjoyed and kind of thrived on, and it's what makes these events special. One of the coolest things about this job, in my opinion, not just at my own treatment plant in South Windsor, but in the industry as a whole in Connecticut, is that I really like all of you. I got a lot of familiar faces here, and there's people that I truly enjoy talking to, not just about wastewater, but about life in general, and it's a fantastic industry to be a part of. And let's just have a quick round of applause for getting the Managers Forum back up and going. So I just wanted to take a quick minute here to acknowledge the hard work of the Ctwea Operations Committee. They're the ones that really drove this. I think it was important to everybody on our board that the Managers Forum continue, just because of what an awesome event it's always been. But we really did want to make sure that the Operations Committee had an opportunity to put their stamp on it. Since it's the Managers Forum, but it is really an operator-driven event. And they took it and ran with it, and they've done a fantastic job, and it's going to be an awesome event here. So I just want to acknowledge everybody. The chair, Ted Donahue, you guys can either wave a hand or stand up, whatever you feel comfortable with, but our chair, Ted Donahue. One of our very own in South Windsor, Robert Butler. You guys will be hearing from Rob a little later in the show. That'll be very exciting. Jamie Kreller with the town of Suffield. Megan Ambrose. Not sure if Megan's here or not yet. Vanessa McPherson. Carmen Krezik. That is the correct pronunciation. I checked earlier. That was my guess, but I was right. Ray Weaver. Virgil Lloyd. Ryan Harold. And Jason Nenninger. Just a quick thank you to all of our sponsors. We couldn't do this without you, with our vendors and with the support of all these folks here. And there's so much support, in fact, that we actually had to spill onto another page. So that's very exciting. Big part of our industry here. We all deal with vendors and engineers and consultants, and it's a huge part of what we do, and it's a huge part of our organization, and so we're very happy to have everybody here. I'm just going to speak a little bit on all the different committees that we have going in Ctwea right now. We have the Membership, Engagement, and Communications Committee, and they're continuing to get the word out on our new organization, trying to engage new members to keep them involved, and old members, of course, of the old CWPAA and COPCA organizations. And they're working really to ensure the visibility of our organization. I think they're doing a great job with that. I don't believe we currently have a chair on this committee, so if anybody's interested, see Tom or I, or visit the website. Then we have the Scholarships and Awards Committee, and this is chaired by Virgil Lloyd. Since 2005, the scholarship program has awarded $30,000 to 70 high school seniors, and they're now accepting applications for the 2023 program. It's open to all Connecticut high school seniors who plan to pursue environmental curriculum at a college or university. Typically 3 to 5 students are chosen, and applications will be accepted until April 14th. And again, all this information can be found on the website. Government Affairs Committee, which I chair. We're continuing to work with our lobbyist, who many of you know, Melissa Biggs. She does a fantastic job for us, to look at legislation that'll affect us and make sure that we have a voice at the table. There's a lot of important issues coming up. I'm gonna try not to stir the pot too much this morning. It's very early still, don't wanna get people worked up. But there is legislation year to year that comes out that can have a significant impact on our industry. So it's our job as a committee to make sure that we're getting that information and that we're getting it out to you all to make sure that people have a voice at the table when some of these issues come up. We're working to actively engage our legislators and help educate them on what wastewater treatment is, why it's important, why continuing funding is important. It's super important to get the word out there before we run into crisis, right? So we kind of can see things coming around the corner, and it's good to get ahead of the curve on that, but it's also important for them to get a good baseline of what it is we do, because as you all know, most people have no idea, and most people that care to listen for 5 minutes are actually pretty shocked about what we're involved with and the extent of skill and expertise that it takes to do our jobs. So we really want to make sure that we're engaging them with that. And then, of course, I'm gonna say the ugly 4-letter word. We are keeping a close eye on what's going on with PFAS. And I think from our perspective, what we're looking to do is kind of see what's coming out of the legislative session and try to make sure that we're really embracing common sense legislation when it comes to PFAS, and then hopefully some maybe not so common sense things that might come down the line. Maybe we can stave those things off a little bit. So anyway, that's what we're actively working on right now, and we'll continue to make people in our membership and everywhere around the state involved with what we're doing there. Ops Challenge Committee. So these guys, and Jason Nenninger and Ryan Harold, are going to be speaking right after me on this. And they're working towards getting more operators involved in Ops Challenge. Anybody that knows these two guys knows how passionate they are about it. It's an awesome program. It's one that I think everybody wants to see more operators get involved with. And again, they're going to give a talk later, and they can speak to it much more eloquently than I can. They also work on securing funding, equipment, and venues to facilitate training. There's a lot of work involved there. And they're doing that while they're trying to keep their own team going. So that's a lot of additional work. Operators compete in 5 events: safety, laboratory, process control, collections, and the pump event. And Jason and Ryan chair this board, and they work tirelessly, and they'll be speaking very shortly here. Networking events, I think this is chaired by Serdar Umar right now. They do all kinds of cool stuff. I just saw yesterday, Serdar put an email out about all the things that they have going on. They're gonna be supporting the annual Ski Classic, which is coming up here February 3rd. Ray Barr always does an awesome job with that. It's always a very popular event, and that's gonna be at Stratton, I believe, again this year. Supporting the always entertaining Sewer Open Golf Tournament, which continues to be a hit year after year. And can I just say to Ray and to everybody else, to Ray Weaver and I know Megan Ambrose and Tracy Santoro and Vanessa and everybody that's been involved with that, can I just say that the Sewer Open in the middle of COVID was just unbelievable. I think people really needed that. It's always popular, but I just think that was a really awesome thing to be able to continue to do through COVID, and I think it really gave people kind of a burst of energy at a time when we all kind of needed it, so thank you all for that. They're working to put together the really popular Poo and Brew events. We've done one in South Windsor, fantastic event. Working with the Young Professionals Committee, and they are looking to, between technical seminars and just fun networking stuff, aiming to try to do around 7 events a year. And for anybody that hasn't been involved in any of these things before, I would highly encourage it. It's a lot of fun. Small communities and collection systems. This committee is chaired by Ben Levin and Norb Church. The group focuses on small communities that have collection systems that flow to other facilities. or they have their own small treatment systems, or are tasked with monitoring and regulating subsurface disposal systems. They work with the workshop training and events committees to provide training and content so that at events like this, people that aren't directly involved with these types of issues have an opportunity to hear what those challenges are and provide some support. They do plan to become an active participant with the DPH Subsurface Sewage Code Advisory Committee, and they're currently working on a database of small communities across the state to engage those that are not currently involved with Ctwea to maybe get involved. Workshops, training, and expo. This is chaired by Larry Murphy. This group helps to develop, plan, and execute different events throughout the year. They assist other committees in gathering resources and providing support for their own events. And they help to coordinate speakers and contents for events like this one. The Operators Committee, of course, which I've already mentioned, chaired by Ted Donahue. This group completed a very successful operator exchange with Massachusetts in December. Ray Weaver and Rob Butler, who was the operator from Connecticut that went up to Mass. They're going to be talking a little bit more on this later. Clearly, they also successfully organized the first managers forum since, I think it was 2019. I think 2019 was the last one. They work to engage operators from all over the state to ensure that training opportunities meet the needs of the industry. Rob and Ted put together a survey, hopefully most of you saw, just looking to make sure that the training needs are being met, and if they're not, what can we do moving forward to facilitate that? And they're working on specialized training events for operators in 2023. Also right now, I would just like to acknowledge the Ctwea Board of Directors. This has just been such a cool process. I feel like the last time I was up here talking like this was at the spring event, and we had finally gotten through the merger, and that really felt like it was just gonna take forever. It was a lot of work, and it's funny enough now, just a short time later, it sort of feels like we've always just been Ctwea. I don't know if Tom would agree with me or not, but it's really cool that this, I think our vision for it is coming to fruition now, sort of really how we saw it working, and that's just really cool. So first, and you guys, again, just like the Operators Committee there, if you just want to stand up or wave to acknowledge, our president, Tom Segroy. I'm not going to acknowledge myself. Our treasurer, Jane Lamort. Our deputy treasurer, Mary Berry. And our directors, Megan Ambrose, Ray Barr, Norb Church, Ben Levin, Virgil Lloyd, Vanessa McPherson, Larry Murphy, and last but not least, Sardar Umar. Just a couple of more thank yous here. Big thank you to Connecticut DEP. You guys support us in all that we do. I can't remember an event like this that you guys haven't come to, and not just one or two of you, typically a group. It's fantastic. You guys were a part of our management class this year and did a full day, which was awesome, and it's really important to everybody here, that visibility and being able to have one-on-one conversations. I was talking to Craig Mataski this morning and had a question on right to know, and it's awesome when these guys come to these things because there's a face-to-face opportunity to ask questions and get answers, and we really appreciate all the support. So thank you very much. Also would like to thank Kim Willis from New England BioAssay, Christine Kurtz from Wright Pierce, and Ed Towsey from Torrington WPCA who will be speaking. Again, I keep on mentioning Jason and Ryan. I guess I just really like these guys. Thanks to Jason Nenninger and Ryan Harold from Greater New Haven who will be speaking right after me here. Special thanks to Ctwea. We really couldn't do this without Ctwea. Particularly Mary Berry and Janice Morin. They've been unbelievable support to us, and we could not do it without them. Thank you to NWEPIC. I don't want to forget NWEPIC. They helped us a bunch with the management class. They historically have been involved here with the Managers Forum, so I don't want to forget about them. I want to just give a personal thank you as well to Ray Weaver. Ray was the president of CWPAA before I became president of that organization, and then worked on the merger. And Ray has just been a really great mentor. I call him over lots of different things. Another person that's just cool to talk to over just about anything. So anyway, Ray, I just want to let you know I really appreciate that. And I can't not acknowledge a legend in the house right now, Mr. Mike Bezai, who retired after decades of work from Glastonbury. Mike, I'm sorry. I know you're probably tired of being acknowledged, but just a round of applause for all these people that help make these things happen. And then just how to get involved. The website, which Tom Segroy has done a ton of work on, ctwea.org. We have a volunteer form link there under the committees tab where you can look at ways to get involved. You can become a member, you can become a sponsor. The job posting function, now that everybody sort of knows what they're doing and how to use it, seems to be very popular. We've had lots of stuff posted there, and that's great. And I just want to say, we're a very excited, energetic group, and we're always looking to help our members become more engaged and just lend each other support and just make this a fun industry to be a part of. I'm sorry, I'm beating on a dead horse here, but I feel like it's fun. I feel like my day-to-day job is fun with the group I work with, and I feel like this organization is a lot of fun, and I truly do enjoy it. So I just wanted to say that. And that's it. You guys are probably tired of hearing me talk.
All right, so if you guys don't know me, my name is Jason Nenninger. I'm the lab director at Greater New Haven Water Pollution Control Authority. I've been there with the facility about 14 years now. Was about 6 or 5 with Jacobs, about 9 with G&H now. And if any of you that know me know that I don't pass up an opportunity to talk about Ops Challenge, so I'm going to tell you about Ops Challenge whether you want to hear about it or not. But I hope you take it, back to your utility with you and hopefully spread the word that we do exist, it's a lot of fun, and that hopefully that we can get some more people involved. So I'm going to talk first about Ops Challenge up till now, because this is actually going into year 7 since we've had a team back in Connecticut. It was about 20 years or so while they didn't have a team, so we're really proud to be able to have a consistent team again, and hopefully we get some more involvement, and it'll continue, even past us, maybe taking a step back, we get some new members, and we can get more people involved. So first I'm going to talk a little bit about how long it's been. So 6 years, minus the COVID year, we had 5 competitive years. This is the 5 teams. I put an extra picture of my favorite team, so sorry if you were on the favorite team, my apologies. You guys can figure out who the favorite team was, I guess. So like I said, year 7, we've been pretty successful so far. So I put together a little bit of a summary so far. We participated in 11 competitions, which sounds like a lot. We've had 11 different team members now, a lot from G&H. We had a couple from MDC this year, which was awesome. We went to 8 states, and we've actually received 15 individual event awards, which we're really, really proud of. But why is this important? What does it do for operators? I'll get to that in a sec. The 2022 team, just real quickly, We had third overall in Division II process control, which we're really proud of. It's actually the 4th year in a row we've placed in process control nationally, which is really what we're trying to do here, because we believe the process control event is really representative of, whether or not we know our stuff. Do we know wastewater? We were 14th out of 25 overall nationally in Division II, which was pretty good. We actually were top 10 in a couple other events. We had a first place collections event in the regional, which was really cool. That's the most physical and it's the fastest event. We actually surprised ourselves with how well we did there. And we were second place overall regional, so we did get the opportunity to go to WEFTEC this year and represent Ctwea in New Orleans. So why are we doing this? Why is this important? So we think, this is the best way that we have that we could reach operators and try and build up their skills and confidence. Really, that's really what it's all about, like getting out there, getting operators involved in some of the committees, getting to go to these events, really just building their skills, talking to other operators about what they do, how their plant runs, problems that other people have. And we think that's probably, in my opinion, one of the most important parts of participating in Ops Challenge. Really, is just collaborating with other people, getting to know the industry, kind of getting a sense of how big the industry actually is. I mean, it's a small field, but it's crazy that we could put 20,000 people together nationally for a big event. So it's really cool. Just like they said, perspective about how big and how passionate the people in the industry actually are. So I'm going to show a quick WEF video. So I think this kind of it says it better than I can. It talks about just building leadership and cultivating leadership through participation in Ops Challenge.
Friendships and also professionally as training.
It done a lot for me. I'm able to see things in different light, repairs, new innovations. It benefited me to understand water and wastewater infrastructure, but really what it benefited me was I meet people all over the country who I would never have ordinarily met.
There's people out there that may know more than you, and you can rely on those people. So these networking events like this, I have operators that call other operators from some of these other teams, see how they're doing, and they trade information back and forth, and it's probably the biggest benefit.
Ops Challenge has helped me because I was in the lab and I was always trying to figure out a way to get into operations and kind of climb the ranks in wastewater. And in 12 months of operations, I became superintendent.
Wow.
But because of Ops Challenge, because of the experience and the training that I got there, gave me the confidence to be able to do the job. So it was quite a journey once. This helped me tremendously.
So the skills competition as a training tool is the most valuable way for us to reach operations personnel. It engages that sector of the industry more effectively than any other program that we have. That's been recognized by several international water quality associations, and they have replicated this concept for their own organizations, and they have visited and participated in our competition several times now. Whenever that happens, we always reciprocate and send a team to their countries. We've had the honor of competing now in Germany, Argentina, Colombia, Denmark, and Canada, of course.
I went to Colombia, Cali, Colombia, for their Ops Challenge competition. Representing WEF and Vaughn sponsored us to go, which was really fantastic.
We started in Nuremberg, Germany, where we trained with the German team. They were very helpful in getting us trained. It was like a crash course. We had like a day and a half to get ready.
And that opportunity for operators to connect and have cross-cultural peer-to-peer mentoring of operations personnel is the most fundamental value of this program.
And from Nuremberg, we went to Munich, where the competition was, and it was fun to go over there and be able to compete and represent USA. It was so cool wearing American flag. It was a great experience.
What does it mean to you guys to be representing Germany here?
We are proud to represent our employers.
Yeah. And the sponsoring as well, but it's not possible if you don't have sponsors, so yeah.
What has it been like competing here at Ops Challenge?
It was pretty amazing. We saw some old friends here from the US and make some new friends, of course, and competitions were very interesting.
Everybody's professional, very competitive. I want to be the first one to beat you, but I also want to be the first one to help you out if I can.
Nobody wants to see anybody do bad. We're all helping each other out here, even though we're competing at the end of the day. But we had a lot of people help us, and for us to help them back out to some of these newer teams, we love doing it.
and to be able to train newer operators now coming through the ranks and giving them the same opportunity as me, it definitely leads to leaders in our industry, so I'm trying to groom those younger individuals now. So.
Well, and they really stress collaboration and teamwork and communicating as you're going with your teammates and, you know, talking through the actual event, which is great for anyone working in the field.
It's really helped me to professionally realize that a lot of people have invested in me, so I gotta invest back in them. So
somebody gave to us, and we're willing to give back to them as well.
It's been a great opportunity. It's been awesome.
It's nothing like it. I mean, it's always a rush.
So it looks pretty fun, right? Like, you can see how passionate and how serious it is on the national level. Have a lot of really good footage over there, but the effort people put into just their uniforms and just how passionate they are about Ops Challenge. I just really want to, hopefully we'll share that with you guys, and you guys can see how fun it is and how cool it is, and see that there is a benefit to your employees or you yourself at your utility to participate in this and kind of get the same benefit that we did. You know, Eddie from Rhode Island talked about how he wants to kind of pay it forward to the next generation of operators to be able to participate and get the same benefits that he did. We're kind of looking to do the same thing. So hopefully you guys can get some new people involved. You know, you can take this back to your utilities, spread the word. You know, we're not looking for a huge commitment. You know, it's a couple days a week, usually in the springtime before the regional, and then it might be 1 day a week, half day, before nationals. Hopefully if we qualify for nationals, but really want to try and get some more people involved this year. It's going to get back to my last slide here. All right, so individually, like I said, I've been kind of preaching the gospel of Ops Challenge for a while now, but it's been long enough to where we actually can see some of the benefit that we've had to some of the operators that have participated. We've had operators pass their 3 and 4 exams recently, during the course of participating in Ops Challenge. A lot of people have advanced into management roles. I know a lot of people even from, maybe not Connecticut, but from the region, people from the Maine team, people from the Rhode Island team all go on to, half of them are superintendents now. And I started this 5-6 years ago, these guys were operators. So, there was definite benefit to the tangible benefit to participating to them. A lot of team members have gone on to be active in the committees in Ctwea and Ctwea, which is really cool, so you can get some more involvement in the organizations. And like I said, education through competition. I spent a lot of time practicing for the process control event, which I think really helped me pass the class 4 exam recently. So it was, it really kind of encouraged me to put more into my career. So you get to know all you fine people, which has been great. Made a lot of friends doing this. So hopefully we can get, like I said, beating a dead horse here, but get a couple more people involved. This year we had a team from, it was a split team. We actually had a team. It wasn't just our utility. We actually had a split team with another utility, which I think worked out great, which was awesome. We got to learn a lot about their facility. They got to learn about our facility. We talked about their treatment issues. We talked about our treatment issues. There was more of a collaborative. It was almost like an operator exchange. It was really cool. So we like to try and keep that going, maybe get some smaller plants involved. So like I said, we're not looking for a huge commitment. We're really looking for people who are motivated, that want to put more into their career than just, kind of showing up and punching the clock. We really want somebody who's wants to make wastewater their career and wants to advance and, and keep going and get to know everybody, participate in the professional organizations. WEFTEC's going to be in Chicago this year, so hopefully we would qualify for that. We'd have to get top 3 at the regional. The regional is going to be a joint competition with Ctwea this year, which is really cool because there's probably going to be 12, 13 teams at the regional this year. But don't let that intimidate you, because the Ctwea teams are going to be judged separately. There's going to be an overall score from everybody, and then the Ctwea teams, the top 3 Ctwea teams, will be judged separately to be able to go represent Ctwea at WEFTEC. Like I said, commitment, it's not a huge commitment. We're looking for half a day, maybe once a week, in April and May, right up to the regional competition. And then, practice in the summer would be, contingent on us qualifying for the national tournament. Travel expenses, don't get overwhelmed, don't let travel expenses stop you. We've been fortunate enough to have a really good sponsorship from Ctwea and a lot of individual corporate sponsors to cover the travel expenses. So that's not an issue, that's all covered. And then, the utility commitment on their side would just be making the people available to practice and go to the events. So it's not a huge utility level commitment, just giving them the time to do this. So that's pretty much it. I'd like to say thanks for all the support. We really couldn't have done it, going on year 7 without everybody. Everybody at G&H WPCA that supported us, you know, anybody who's covered a shift for us while we were missing, you know, we really appreciate it. Everybody at MDC that let their guys partake this year, really appreciate them as well. All current and former team members, you know, like I said, we've had 11 now, which is really awesome. Sponsors, Gray Bar in the golf tournament, you know, he's raised a lot of money for Ops Challenge over the years. We really appreciate them too. Serdar Umar, who's been one of our biggest boosters, you know, thank you so much. You know, it's been awesome. And basically anybody who came to our events, I know a lot of people like to come check us out. It's pretty exciting. So we hope like everybody can get a chance if you go to any of the events to come watch the team, you know, cheer us on. So that's it. Special thanks to all the sponsors. You know, we really appreciate it. Like I said, MDC, thanks for letting you guys, you know, participate this year. Greater New Haven for giving us all the support. Ctwea, obviously, and Ctwea. So that's it.